sellers become familiar with each other, you form a type of family. When this connection is forged, the sale and the financial compensation will easily follow, because your focus was connecting with other person, from a prospective client. Key point number 3, the art of building networks through influence. It's no secret that successful salespeople build networks of clients that lead to other potential clients and so on. Joe Girard, the greatest salesperson in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, says that everyone has about 250 people who would show up to their wedding or funeral. Following this logic, when you connect with one person, you actually grow your network by 250 people. This one new connection multiplies your impact by spreading what Stephen R. Covey calls your moral authority far and wide, naturally resulting in status and success. This authority is built on your own most valuable but fragile asset, reputation. Being known as a trustworthy, confident, sincere individual is built on asking great questions, resulting in positive, morally influential experiences with people over time. Creating value in others' lives with a personal investment of your time, interest, and eventually, if it comes up, the benefits of your product results in the greatest opportunity they will want to know more about and even purchase your item, subscribe to your idea, or even hire you. Think point number 4, authenticity attracts people into your comfort zone. Traditional sales techniques encourage stepping out of your comfort zone to reach out to prospects, convince others of your product value, counteract objections, and finally close a deal by landing there perhaps persuasive selling prowess. A vastly more effective strategy to benefit from the connection you have made with a client is to be authentic in your interaction, telling stories from your own life that relate to their experiences as well. This draws them into your comfort zone, pulling them over to share your perspective on things, including how your product adds value to their lives with its many benefits. Rather than presenting with an obnoxious me versus them mentality that focuses on yourself and renders you ineffective against their objections, offer a gift to your audience, engaging conversation that reflects a shared congruence on the greatness on what you bring to the table. The willing customer will not be closed on a deal, but will have decided to share your perspective on your product because you invited them in with your authentic voice. Big point number 5, it's not better to give than to receive. You may be asking, but if it is better to give than to receive, what is all this about being a go-giver without expecting returns in kind? Being receptive to the rewards of giving and being gracious and appreciative when they do come after the fact is given and expecting rewards as a condition for giving in the first place. Deeply ingrained in our culture is the notion that self-interest and altruism are mutually exclusive. As Nicole Miller describes, I was brought up with the belief that there are 2 types of people in the world. There are people who get rich, and there are people who do good. You're one or the other. You can't be both. Genuinely successful people see generosity as an integral part of their success, and receiving as an integral part of generosity, joining in with the flow of give and take financially, professionally, and personally. In giving, you receive, cause and effect, giving your time, effort, or money causes you to receive personal satisfaction for a lifelong climb, the sales record of your life. And that's a wrap on Go Givers Sell More. Check out our YouTube channel with over 500 video book summaries uploaded previously. Subscribe, like the video, share, and if there's a book you want us to do a summary on, comment below. Also, check out our website, bestbookbits.com, where you'll find the audio and written book summaries to over 500 books. If you want to join our weekly newsletter to be updated with the latest book summaries, pop your email using the link below in the comments. Download Mixcloud.com, where you can listen to Best Book Bits podcast with over 500 audiobook summaries to listen to at your pleasure, or visit the website mixcloud.com/bestbookbits. Follow us on Instagram for daily motivational quotes and book summaries. Thanks for watching and listening. Go out there and go give and sell more. Take care. Bye now. BestBookBits.com presents The Sell, The Secrets of Selling Anything to Anyone by Frederick Ekman, the nation's #1 real estate broker and charismatic co-star of Bravo's $1 million listing New York shares and secrets on how to be successful. In the 10 years since moving from Sweden to New York City, with no experience in real estate and no contacts, Frederick Ekman had transformed himself into the best seller in the most competitive real estate market on the planet. In Ekman leverages his years of experience to create the go-to manual for self-promotion and sales. At the core of the book are chapters tied to Ekman's 10-step program to selling anything to anyone. And he shares his secrets on everything from personal authenticity and looking your very best to crafting the perfect sales pitch, negotiating with savvy, and closing deals promptly and efficiently, lest they slip away. Whether you're starting a job as a sales rep at Verizon, navigating your career as an executive or entrepreneur, or hitting your stride closing big transactions as a banker at Goldman Sachs, the cell will show you how to improve your game and radically increase the money you will bring home. The cell is a vital resource for anyone who wants to have an impact in his or her personal and professional life, with a razor-sharp focus on selling yourself or your brand, no matter your background. The written audio summary can be found at our website, bestbookbits.com. So without further ado, I'll read the summary of The Cell. Summary Part 1. You're your own brand and product. What does selling mean? That might seem like a simple question, but it's more complicated than you might think. When you're selling something, what you're really selling is you. You market yourself. You're your own brand and product. The most important thing in business is to make others want you, whether you're offering a product or service, and to make them want you now. You can only succeed in business if you know your product, and that means knowing yourself. You have to learn what your own strengths and weaknesses are. The author succeeded in real estate comes the power of his own brand. He's the leading real estate agent in New York City and hosts an Emmy-nominated show, $1 Million List in New York. $1 Million List in New York was in fact the secret to his success. Celebrities now seek him out because they know from his show that he makes buying an apartment a great experience. They want to buy from the star. To strive to make yourself stand out like the author did, the worst thing you can be is boring. People want to be around others who are happy and self-confident. So keep a positive attitude and remember that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. Never stop learning about yourself either. Find a trademark, the thing that makes you, you. Everyone makes himself stand out with his famous high kick move. Which would you remember more vividly? A real estate agent in a grey suit who hands you an off-white business card, or a real estate agent doing high kicks on the red carpet? Self-confidence and trademarks are even more important if you work with celebrities. Celebrities are constantly listening to insincere people who tell them what they think they want to hear. So they appreciate a person who's genuine. In the end, business is a social endeavor. Successful people rely on their social skills. Summary Part 2. Understand your own motivations and seek out positive role models. What do you do? Some people do it for money. Others do it for joy. What is it for you? You can only achieve success if you understand what motivates you to work. This is another critical part of knowing yourself. The author, for example, knew he was motivated to get away from certain cultural aspects of his home country, Sweden. Swedish culture has a value called Jantelagen, which asserts that you aren't supposed to think of yourself as special. Ekman relocated to the United States because he knew he could get away from the Jantelagen there. So figure out what makes you feel fulfilled. Don't just work to save for your retirement. Instead, devote yourself to something you love and dream big. If you don't, you'll just end up contributing to other people's dreams rather than your own. A good strategy for achieving success is to shadow a successful person in the industry. This is particularly important when you're getting started. Look for a role model, perhaps someone like Ekman or anyone else you admire. One good way to do this is to work for free for a time. Find someone you want to emulate and learn as much as you can about them and their environment. How do they dress? How do they speak? What's their office look like? It can be hard to get your foot in the door, however. Emails won't work because successful people receive too many of them. Be more creative and seek your role models out in person so you can show them you understand what they're about. Offer to meet them for lunch or a drink at their favourite spot. Always be sure to know the gatekeepers as well. After all, they're the ones who get you in the door. So be sure to make a quick and positive first impression. Practice presenting well yourself confidently in 30 seconds or less. Summary Part 3. Stay healthy, dress well, and always be positive and charming with others. Being successful isn't just about performing well at work. It's also about your attitude, health, and the way you present yourself. First impressions mean a lot. In fact, a study at the Harvard Medical School found that people assess your confidence and trustworthiness within the first quarter of a second of looking at you. Think yourself as a present. It doesn't matter what's inside a gift if it isn't wrapped well, because the outside is what makes you interested. So dress well, avoid wearing black and grey, find your own style and make sure your hair looks nice. When you feel good about your appearance, you'll project more confidence. If you work in sales, put 10% of each commission aside for your wardrobe and personal grooming. Nice clothes aren't enough, however. You have to also be healthy and physically fit. It can be difficult to schedule in time for working out, sleeping and eating well, especially when your career starts to take off. But it's critical to make the time for these activities every day. Your diet and health are essential parts of your success. Don't underestimate the value of good sleep either. The Duke and US Graduate School of Singapore found that one's brain actually ages faster when not getting enough sleep, 6 to 8 hours per night. Finally, work on your charm and sense of humour. Laughter relieves stress and releases endorphins, so strive to use it to brighten people's moods. Use people's names, listen thoughtfully to them, and stay interested in who they are. That is exactly what makes you charming. Summary part 4, reach out to your customer base through social media. Once you have a good understanding of your product, you need to find your customers, because a great product is meaningless if people don't know about it. Seek out the people who are looking for your service, product, and message. The best way to do this is through social media. Whatever you do, you need an audience, which means you need a strong network of contacts. Social media might seem like a simple and straight answer to this, but it can actually be difficult to leverage it effectively. One key to using social media is to always be authentic and not to be afraid of yourself. You won't appeal to everyone when you express yourself, but the right people will appreciate your honesty. Don't limit yourself by constantly seeking approval. Use social media as an opportunity, not an obstacle. These days, social media isn't just about staying in touch with friends, it's also about building a professional network and connecting with your customers. You attract followers on social media by being active. This takes time and effort, but it's important to maintain a connection with customers because they're also giving back to you in the form of free publicity when they tell others about your product. Your social media accounts, you should have more than one, also serve as an official record of your product or service. This also makes you more authentic because there's no longer a divide between a digital and non-digital worlds. Connect with your customers in both. Also be sure to maintain the same account name and style across your different platforms. Make any content instantly recognizable. Don't outsource your social media accounts either. You need to manage them personally. Summary part 5, negotiate by accentuating your positive attributes and keeping deals balanced. How do you go about selling an apartment or getting customers to sign up for your service? The key to making a sale is to accentuate your positive attributes. In any kind of meeting, whether a business meeting or a one-on-one negotiation, the first 10 minutes are key. They usually determine what the meeting's outcome will be. So use those 10 minutes to explain what you have to offer. But don't just give a speech. Make it a dialogue. Everyone loves to be asked for their opinion. You can think of it like a first date. Don't just ask the person to go out with you. Ask them to join you for a Pinot Noir at your favourite wine bar. Be clear, concrete, and personal all at the same time. Be prepared as well. Plan out how you negotiate and have a clear idea of what you want to achieve. And remember, deals only happen when there's equality on both sides. Keep the negotiations slow and stay in control, but make sure the other side is getting something valuable in return. Maintain your position without engaging in balance. You should also always negotiate face-to-face. Listen thoughtfully to the other person and engage with them in a meaningful way. Body language is another critical part of negotiating well, so keep track of your non-verbal communication. Whenever the author is excited about getting a high offer on property, he makes sure he doesn't show it with his body language. He knows that if he does, he might jeopardise the sale. Sometimes it's also helpful to back away and bring up another topic. If you mention that your grandmother is visiting, for example, you'll bring some clear cheer to the conversation and make the deal seem less important. Summary part 6, take good care of your team members and seek out positive media exposure. Building a team is an essential part of growing your business. and teams provide you with more opportunities for media exposure. Media is tricky, however, so make sure you use it to your advantage. Start building your team by finding the people you want to work with. When you're interviewing people, remember that they aren't looking for another version of yourself. You need team members with a variety of talents and experiences, and you need to keep them happy. So allow your team members to make mistakes and pay them well. Happiness in the workplace is a key part of success in today's business environment. Let your team members know how much you value them, whether you're their boss or are on equal terms. Be generous with your praise and offer criticism in a positive way. Once you've got a strong team, you can start seeking out positive media attention. Social media is an important way to get exposure, but you can't really rely on that alone. Earnest praise in the press is more important than any endorsement you could ever buy. So get your message out there. The author did this by creating a reality show, but you don't have to go that far. Use helperreporter.com. It sends you daily emails about media outlets looking for certain experts. If you find an outlet looking for your area of expertise, you'll be presented as an expert in a newspaper or TV or on the radio. That's invaluable exposure. So that you're a part of the business as well. Comment on breaking news in your field and contact reporters to get more attention. You can also create an event. Equine promoted his book by signing it in the middle of Fifth Avenue. Summary part 7. Keep a positive attitude and remember to reward yourself. It's inevitable that you'll pass through difficult times on your way to success. Everyone stumbles no matter how successful they are. The important thing is to stand back up quickly. When facing challenges, it's critical that you maintain a positive outlook on life. Live a life of proanoia, the opposite of paranoia. Imagine the world is conspiring to help you. View any obstacles or hard times as opportunities to learn. You'll start to view your life as a journey where each step brings you closer to success. Live your dreams now instead of waiting for them, and invest in your own happiness, because it always pays off. Live your life in extremes. Work hard, play hard, and celebrate any success. And don't forget to give yourself vacation time too. Time off re-energizes you and makes you more effective when you go back to work. Did you know the United States is the only industrialized country in the world that doesn't guarantee vacation time? Vacations are a positive thing for our mental and physical health. In fact, the National Institute of Health found that people who skip vacations are more likely to suffer heart attacks. You will also inevitably run out of steam if you work for too long without taking a break. So stop living in the future and allow yourself to enjoy the present. If vacations are unrealistic for you right now, treat yourself in other ways. Go out to a nice restaurant, spend a day at a spa, or buy yourself some fresh flowers. Figure out what makes you feel happy and don't feel guilty for giving into it. When you do, you won't just feel better in the short term, you'll perform better at work too. Finally, make other people happy as well. Buy a stranger a coffee or give a friend an unexpected gift. The more you give, the more you receive. And just as happiness brings you success, success brings happiness in return. In review, the Sell Book Summary. The key messages in this book. You're your own brand and product, so be the best person you can be. Stay authentic, take care of yourself, learn from your mistakes, and surround yourself with positive team members that you treat well. Don't focus your life on work either. Take vacations and remember to have fun. You won't just advance your career, you'll become a better and happier person. Actionable advice. Use the model of alternative cost. The next time you're trying to decide if a new car or laptop is worth it, use the model of alternative cost. Weigh any new investment against the value you gain if you did something else. If you spend 3 hours on a train every day, you lose money if the phone dies and you can't charge it. It's more expensive to hire a driver than pay the train fare, but you would then have a mobile office where you could recharge your phone and relax, while saving the cost of taxi rides in between. Alternative costs are an important model to calculate if investing in an improvement in the office or elsewhere will actually pay off. And that's a wrap on the book summary of The Sell. Check out a YouTube channel with over 500 video book summaries uploaded previously. Comment on what you think, like the video, and if this book was still summary, comment below. Check out our website, bestbookbits.com, where you'll find the written summary and also the audiobook summary on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. To To get updated book summaries via email, pop your email using the link below. And check us out on Spotify with over 500 audio book summaries uploaded previously, and also Mixcloud.com. Follow us on Instagram for daily motivational quotes and book summaries. Thanks for watching and listening. Hope you got something out of this. Go out there and sell yourself to the world. Take care. Bye-bye now. BestBookBits.com brings you the book summary of The Closer's Survival Guide, Over 100 Ways to Ink the Deal by Grant Cardone. Learn to close and you'll never be without work or without money. The most powerful arsenal of closes ever. This book covers over 120 closes, including 31 money closes, 17 time-related closes, 3 pressure closes, 3 agreement closes, 8 decision closes, and another 64 of the most creative closes you will ever find in one book. Financial closing is the final step in the pursuit of any goal. This thing called closing is not just something that salespeople do, it's something that applies to every person. Nothing truly happens until you are able to engender the support, energy, and resources of others. As harsh as it may seem, the close is what separates those who have from those who don't have. This critically and vital ability is what differentiates the dreamer from the exceptional individual that makes dreams come true. The world is filled with people who have grand dreams of new products or ideas that would change the world, that never become reality simply because the dreamer couldn't close others on supporting their dream. The world is abundant with grand ideas and big dreams, and short on people who can close others on funding, supporting, and getting behind them. It is the ability to close that makes a difference more than any other skill